Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the series Strategy Game, and we are returning to our Let's Play of Hearts of Iron 4. It is 1941 and it is September, and we are still locked in fighting against Germany. We've occupied most of northern Germany, and most of the rest of Germany is under constant bombardment over here from the Royal Air Force. And that is quite intriguing because we're going to talk a little bit about the time span here and what that actually meant for Bomber Command at the time. Ooh, look at this. There is an offensive here by, it looks like the French, or at least some of the Low Countries, onto these positions here of the Germans. And that is nice, because that might draw a couple of them up over there, and that could be a chance for us. Now, up over here things are a little bit fluid as well, so you know what? I think what we might want to do is, we might want to try at least to conduct an attack over here. This is going to be quite tough, because a lot of our guys are going to suffer from river crossings and all of that. And there are quite a couple of German divisions over here, but it looks like we just might be able to do a little bit of damage here, and that might be okay. We do have a decision available, and I think that is the woman in the workforce. Now, our manpower is pretty low, so I think this is one thing that I would want to take. Stability goes down a bit, but what can we do? Yeah, I think it's going to be alright. We are using too much fuel, though, so we do need to have a look here at our navy, I believe. You guys, are you just sort of sorting? No, you know what? Let's actually stop you from the strike force mission. You guys over here, you know what? We're going to stop the patrol for now. We're going to send you back home. You guys are still buzzing about with a couple of... Ooh, you do need some repairs over here. As do you probably. There's only two guys. You know what? We are just going to merge you onto that. That should be fine. You guys down here are still laying mines in the vicinity over here, which is okay. So you're sort of blocking the Japanese, which I think is fine. Yeah, but we do need more fuel. So I think we will have to trade for that. Alright, that's not nice, but what can we do? So yeah, let's go ahead and ask the Americans for more fuel then. See whether that is gonna be enough. Yeah, at least we are positive, so that's nice. Good. Right, so while we are attacking up here now, this is not going to look any better now, is it? Yeah. Well, I just think it just might not be enough. Let's try to funnel more troops into this that way, so that they are attacking not with the river crossing penalty. But it would be so nice to cut off these 7 divisions over there. But it just doesn't seem possible. This is dropping down and down and down. And we are really not making any progress here. Such a shame. Oh, it is turning yellow. Well, it might be very nice. I mean, a lot of these guys here do have very low organization, and if we could get them to retreat, we might just be off pretty much okay. You know what? Let's try to push along over here further. Let's have you join up again, hopefully. We've got a couple of divisions in reserves. The combat width is such that they could join, and some of these guys will now drop out, and that is fine. None of them, I don't see any movement here that they would be withdrawing or anything like that, so let's make sure to continue to attack from over here, simply to render support more or less and extend the combat with. You guys can attack again as well. Yeah, we just might be okay over here. I think if we can continue this attack, we might be alright. Yeah, I didn't think, you know, it was a tough battle over here. But it just does seem to work out for us. Okay, now they are sending in some reinforcements. You're sending in some reinforcements from over here. Let's try to lock you in. And there we go. We've now conquered that area there, and that's fine. And we're going to try to support the defense over here as these Germans are trying to attack us. But I think they will probably not be going anywhere. So yeah, that's fine. I like it. Okay, yeah. Just short the defenses. I think that's going to be alright. Nice, okay, so we've encircled these guys up there. How about the attacks over here? Okay, that has worked out for the Belgians over there. That's nice. There are only 3 divisions over here, but it is across the River Rhine. And that is going to be, excuse me, a major obstacle. Especially since we don't really have the combat width to really dislodge them from over here. I mean, we might try, but I have my serious doubts. Yeah, you can see they are more than a match for us here. But it just might be possible to wear them down. Let's see. It would be very, very nice to encircle all of these divisions. Now, oh, this is interesting. Why are you attacking that way? That's really intriguing. I don't really see the reason why you'd be doing that. You're probably trying to get to the harbour of Hamburg. That's intriguing, but by the way, do notice how strong the Americans are over here. Yeah, and up over here, you guys are being attacked, but we will push you back quite easily, I think, so that's nice to see. Good, okay, you know what? What we're going to do is we're going to make an attack over here, and it's more or less a flanking attack. These guys are still pretty strong, but I do believe that that should be enough here to actually exert some pressure on you guys, probably stop that attack, and these guys will really not be able to support any offensive line over here. Let's try to make sure that we are supporting that with as many troops as possible. Also that we are increasing the combat with and just finishing this off quite quickly here. 4 divisions, I think it was originally 6. I don't think anyone has escaped, so I think that just means we do destroy some guys. Now, if we step away from the game here a little bit and think about what happened in real life. Ooh, more damage here on our destroyers. I think we do have some fighters over this area. We do, yeah. Well, we'll just need to wear them down. Lots of convoys being lost over here, but another submarine being destroyed on the Japanese side. So that is definitely nice. But yeah, they are so close to over here. So you know what we're going to do is we're going to grab one of these divisions, you guys over here, and you're going to get a defensive line, a fallback line onto Hong Kong. Let's try to get one division into Hong Kong first, and then we're going to just gradually try to build that up, and that might be alright. We are still very much short on oil. Let's buy more from the Americans. This is starting to look quite tough. Okay, we can't buy much more from the Malayans, so that might need to be okay. Yeah, but we're gonna see. Right, anyway, over here, you guys are finishing off these guys. That's perfectly fine and fantastic. Doesn't really open up any other attack pattern there. Yeah, but over here, this is just not going anywhere. Which is a shame. Which is really a shame. Now, up over here, this might be another target that we could attack in Moselland. Again, 4 divisions though, but I mean it's open plains. But at least we do have different attack areas here. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab like half of you. We're going to ask you to be over here, have an attack plan like that, and then what we're going to do is we're going to extend this a little bit over here so that all of the other guys can join up over there. And you know what? You can go here by railroad, be there a little bit faster. And then we might be potentially able to do something over there. So, not a big thing over here. Well, a couple of convoys, but nothing too big really. But a submarine sunk as well. And did we get our troops into Hong Kong? No, not yet. They must still be on the way. Would be a little bit early as well. Well, we are covering a couple of these transports here against some Japanese subs, so that's nice to see. We've successfully... Oh, we're not decrypting Germany anymore, so let's stop that on the Soviet Union so that we are decrypting for Germany. That should be okay. We've rescued all of you guys. You are still at home. Can we send you to Japan as well? Yeah, okay, let's send you to Japan. Right, so, let's talk about... Excuse me. Let's talk about late summer of 1941 and Bomber Command. Historically. Now, historically, as I said... Early 1941, so anything between, let's say, the Battle of Britain and, well, about this time, it's a little bit earlier, it's August, was the best time for Bomber Command. This is really the time where Bomber Command gets all of these glaring reports. They're attacking different targets. Firstly, they're attacking the oil network, then they are attacking the submarine pens and the building yards for submarine engines, for submarines themselves in Hamburg and Bremen, even a little bit in the Ruhr. And they come back with these huge and glaring reports that basically say just how much damage they are doing, and it sounds fantastic, you know. They really just outdo themselves, and Bomber Command really is able to wear down the German industry to a degree that really was a little bit anticipated before the war, so it's not unplausible, but it is certainly absolutely remarkable to British planners just how much damage they are doing in the summer of, or in late fall and early summer, in the late fall of 1941, sorry, late fall of 1940 and early summer 1941, but it just appears, okay, we are losing some of our convoys, but the Americans are covering here for us and they are driving off these submarines. That's nice. So, yeah, you guys are going to take some losses there. That's not great, but it's just what can we do? Well, I tell you what we could do. What we could do is, of course, grab these guys over here and actually extend your patrol area explicitly to the South Chinese Sea. Yeah, we've lost the convoy over here. That does decrease your capabilities. That's 1 in 3 soldiers lost here. A big loss, but we do need to shore up Hong Kong, I believe. Right, so it's the high. Ooh, nice, nice. We have conquered this area over here now, so that's very great. That's fantastic, actually. Let's try to immediately push up to this direction here, at least on this side of the riverbank. So you guys might also want to just extend that attack from over there, and that should again reduce the German industry quite heftily over here if we are successful. Let's try to push in there. I think that should be fairly easy. These guys should start to suffer from quite a bit of problems there. Yeah, we still need to cross the Mosel or Rhine over here, so that's a bit of an issue, but overall we are okay over here. Let's try to get to Essen and then attack into this direction here. Let's try to have you attack from there again. Yeah, just trying to build up some attack power here against these. I don't know what actually is here. Potentially Wuppertal? Is that somewhere over here? I don't know. It's another Rhineland province. We are making more progress over here, and I think at that point we're probably gonna be able to do some damage really against them once we do have that area here. That's gonna be nice here. Down there it's okay. Right. So all of these glaring reports do get a bit of a downer in August 1941. And by a bit of a downer, I mean this is gonna be the low point for Bomber Command. This is really the point in time where Bomber Command is suffering. Ooh, that's very nice here, but another convoy lost, so that might be another 1/3 of your, well, a little bit less, but still. Okay, nevertheless, we have made it into Hong Kong, and that is nice. So you're going to build up from here, and that is going to be okay. Yeah, we are sinking more submarines as time goes on. And Hong Kong, of course, is going to be a very tough fight. Right, okay, you guys do try to attack into Cologne as well. There you go. And one of you might actually want to stop here and also engage against these guys there, so that we are a little bit more strongly pushing up against this area there. You guys do continue your advance on Cologne, please. We just need to push them out of there so that we can free up all of these troops to basically engage on other sides. Another agent captured. That's never a good sign, but what can we do? Italian submarine sunk here. Interesting. All in all, you guys seem to be doing fine. Up over here, no major problem in the German lines. Magdeburg maybe, but it's urban terrain, so that's going to be tough to break through. Right. So what happens in August 1941? That is such a low point for Bomber Command. Now, in 1941, what you basically, you know what, let's advance you on that, and then let's disrupt this. Let's get you guys form a proper offensive plan here onto Cologne, and that's going to be okay. Right, there we go. Fine and fantastic. You guys are also part of this, and this we can delete. There we go. That should be a little bit more manageable here. Anyone attacking on our side? Yeah. No. Yes. Okay, you guys stop it. Let's try to... Yeah, that's nice. Alright, so 12 divisions down there in Germany. That's nice. Great, actually. So, in August 1941, a report is released that's called the Butt Report. And the Butt Report is... It's disastrous it's very hard to put down in words just how bad things appear for Bomber Command in the Butt Report. So basically the thinking before was that you did have extremely good accuracy against various targets, against individual industries in Germany, against individual buildings sometimes, and it just... There was always quite a bit of doubt. I mean, we did talk about the raid on Mannheim, which might be around here, which was actually a reprisal attack. Oh, Cologne has fallen, that's nice. But it appears that, honestly, at the end of the day, that wasn't really taken altogether all too seriously. I mean, people knew that there might be problems with the bombing accuracy and with the precision at which you could actually hit targets. But, ooh, this is a good opportunity here, I believe. Get a little bit closer to Berlin, maybe? Let's try to break through here. 82%, that's looking good to me. That might be nice. Okay, you know what? Let's have our cavalry join up and try to cross that river here immediately. What I'm going to ask one of these guys to do is going to attack over here and then go into that guy, into that area there. Now the tanks might be a problem because they are very organized and very tough to break, but the infantry here should fall pretty quickly actually. So that's nice. You know what? Let's try to funnel in more forces against this break over here. Maybe we're going to be able to do something there. Right. That's the thinking. The thinking is Bomber Command is extremely accurate. And the thinking moreover is Bomber Command is very good at navigation. And this is going to be the thing that the bot report really tackled. So the issue isn't so much the accuracy in dropping individual bombs, it appears, which it also is. There's definitely still a problem in that regard, but there's also a larger problem, and that larger problem basically amounts to, ooh, we could have a little bit more naval experience and accelerate that. So you know what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go for better infantry equipment here, because that is going to be a huge boost to our fighting capabilities. It is a little bit ahead of time, but I think it's going to be alright. So the BOT report really quickly establishes that it's not just that. It's not just that Bomber Command can't hit any individual target that they actually do engage. It is... Ooh, guys. It is that they cannot really even appear to navigate towards these targets. It appears that out of the... Ooh, okay, this is not going to work, but we might isolate Berlin at least. Okay, we do need to shuffle around our troops here a little bit. So, you know what? Let's actually drop this attack pattern here. Let's drop this. Let's drop that. And then what we do is we are gonna shift all of this here towards something over here. Right. And this is just the fast army. I do want you guys as well. There you go. Right. You're moving in the right direction now. You guys are still moving a little bit in the wrong direction here though. In fact, all of you guys here need to stop. Okay, all of you need to stop here for a second. And then what we're going to do is we're going to try to funnel you towards Berlin. You can still continue with this pinning attack over here. You guys are going to move forward as well. One of you, I think, should also try to attack into there. And then let's grab you guys over here, attack also into there. While you guys are trying to encircle Berlin. Right, ooh, this is fantastic, guys. This might be the opportunity that we've been waiting for. Okay, you are attacking into Berlin there, that's great. Let's try to shuffle around there, see whether that is going to be any good. Okay, let's try to move over there. One of you can stay here and just support this attack. Still, let's try to be very aggressive here. Okay, you guys are moving up over there. Let's try to attack then to Berlin. Okay, so these guys over there are starting to be an issue. But, yeah, well, maybe we need to just move over here first. We've got 4 divisions. You do support that attack, please. It would be so nice to just grab Berlin like that. Okay, let's try to cut them off, though. That would really be nice. I think the cutting off motion here is probably going to be the slightly better one. This is going to be very tough to just really break them there. I kind of doubt that that will be possible. But at least, well, if they're not able to send in enough reinforcements, there we go, Berlin. Very nice. Very nice indeed. That's a tremendous success over there. Great. This is brilliant. Okay, I'm gonna be extremely happy with this result. The fall of Berlin. British forces have advanced into Berlin, and the War Cabinet has announced the successful capture of the German capital after a pitched battle. Striking at dawn, British commanders seized the Tempelhof airport, while armoured columns advancing along the Frankfurter Allee. With the Reich Chancellery under British control, fighting in the city has largely ended. The current status of the German government remains unclear, but it is believed that some elements of it escaped the city before its fall. So let's actually look at the war score over here. Germany is very much still in fighting spirits, but the fall of Berlin does also mean that we are now controlling Brandenburg, I believe, and that does mean we do have all of these factories here, which is pretty nice. Let's actually prioritize the repair of the civilian factories here, so that we can grab these. And I would like to get towards Stettin over here, so that we are at least cutting off all of this area up here. That would be pretty nice, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay, let's try to advance over there. They're trying to recapture Berlin, but with all of our infantry here, I believe they're going to have a very tough time. And we do have decent defensive lines down here. Right, so that is a bit of a distraction from the battle report, isn't it? But it's still, let's still talk about that, because it's so cool. Because for the first time, now what Bot did is I think he was a member of the War Cabinet, or at least he was engaged by a member of the War Cabinet to actually check on just how well Bomber Command really is doing, because again, very little was known. It mostly was relying on after action reports from the bomber crews themselves, and they of course did not necessarily... It's very difficult to pinpoint how accurate they were, whether they were thinking that they were doing better than they did. It's somewhat unclear, but what is clear is that well, they might not just be the most reliable sources for whatever reason. You know, they might very well think that they have hit the targets as they were being told to hit them. Nevertheless, it just appears that overall it's very hard to say that they actually were as successful as they did, because what happens in early 1941 is that really for the first time photo reconnaissance becomes widely available to the British forces, and that of course immediately means that no, it is difficult to keep up the accuracy claims by the crews. But it also appears that, I think one of the findings is that only 1/3 of the bombers actually got within 5 miles of their target, and that is of the bombers who claimed that they actually made it towards there. So that is kind of very, very very heartbreaking for Bomber Command, because they found out that it's only that very tiny fraction of forces actually makes it anywhere to where they should be, and if you're not where you are supposed to be, then most certainly you cannot be really bombing accurately whenever you're there. So at that point there's really a very big crisis in Bomber Command, and it appears that the thought of taking out Germany via air warfare it just goes out of the window. Basically, there's just no way how Bomber Command has really any capabilities of really hurting the German industry if whenever they are sorting, only 1/3 of the bombers, or even less, will make it to where they need to be. So we do need to clear this up a little bit. Okay, let's move you guys all the way over there. Let's have 10 divisions over here. 10? Is there only 10? Well, there are 19 divisions over here. You know what? We do need to just... Okay, let's just delete everything. You guys, you know what? You can be on this over here, and then just do an attack here on Rostock and Stralsund. That's going to be fine. And other guys are going to defend down here, the French and everyone. So, yeah. It's the low point of morale for Bomber Command, and they are never truly going to recover from that very big blow. In prestige, but also in morale and in just the way that they have been thinking that they are fighting this war, and it really appears that it's just nowhere near realistic to what they were thinking that they were doing. So it's an enormous issue for Bomber Command, and at that point, of course, very quickly, We do need more manpower. Well, what the hell? We do have a lot of manpower. We don't have enough infantry equipment. That's interesting. Okay, we do need more of that, definitively. How is our production looking? Okay, let's do increase that to 6 over here, and I think that's going to be alright. You guys are converting a couple of things, but that's going to take a while. Okay, let's advance to there. Let's also try to advance into some of these regions over here. You know what, you guys can try to attack across here. And you know what, let's just simply make sure that we are attacking over there. How about the blue guys down there? Well, doesn't really go anywhere. How about the Italian front? I would expect that the Germans are pulling back a little bit. But yeah, you can see just how the Italians are losing equipment and they don't really have the power to fight. And that is of course largely also due to the fact that we are sending bombers over there. Okay, more and more fighting down here. But I think we are relatively, obviously, strongly pushing against these forces. And I don't think they have a lot of standing left. Basically, they're going to be overwhelmed quite quickly here. Hard to say how many troops that is, just 6 or 7 divisions. Really not that much. Okay, let's try to attack here. And that should basically end it. Now, one of the big consequences of the bot report is going to be that area bombing is going to become a thing for Bomber Command. Because if it is so clear to anyone that Bomber Command cannot hit individual industries, then it really becomes obvious that they do need a different targeting system. And one of the first things that is going to happen is they're going to publish the dehousing paper, which basically asserts that one of the best approaches against Germany might be to try a massive scale of dehousing of Germans. So trying to basically blast away all of their cities, and not so much target civilians themselves, but actually target their living quarters. And that of course is going to very quickly going to descend into what we actually know from World War II, and the way that they actually dealt, of course, and it's very hard to target a house of a civilian but not the civilian itself. So yeah, that is the first, let's say, the first piece in a puzzle that ultimately results in the Germans just being bombed all out. So yeah, there we go. Oh, we can develop more oil fields, and you know what? That is most certainly a very welcome choice over here. It's not the most, but it's a little bit of oil, and that's very nice. Anti-tank, yeah, we know that. Who has actually anti-tank weapons? I don't think any of our division templates does use that. We are missing a lot of infantry equipment, that's okay. Aluminium from Canada. We're a little bit shy on that, aren't we? Can you at least deliver 10? Yeah, and that is going to be enough, so that's fine. Good. Alright. So, next time, let's talk about the dehousing paper and the way that is going to impact everything. So you guys are working out fine down here. You are a little bit shy on equipment. It's not too bad, though. Yeah, and at least we did bring some people over there. I wonder whether we can ask Siam and the Gongsi Click for military access so that we might actually send troops over there via railroad. Now, we might ask Jinan. Ask for military access? Yeah, they will accept. And the Gongsi Click probably too. Yeah. So that's nice, because that means we can go ahead and grab at least one of these divisions, one more at the very least, and get you over here into Rangoon and then into Hong Kong. So first let's define Hong Kong first. Let's send you over here, and then you might go there by rail, and that might be a lot safer than the other route over here. Low supplies. Yeah, I think the infrastructure here in Germany is looking pretty bad, actually. Might also be due to a lot of fighting. How does it look in terms of air? Now, Eastern Germany is still very much not under our control. Southern Germany not too. So let's actually look at the production capabilities of the Germans here. Right, so yeah, you can basically see just how over time, due to our invasions, their number of factories dropped dramatically. And at the high time, they probably had about 200 factories, 220. Yeah. Now you can start to see our bombing coming in. And I think the 220 probably is when they had Poland, and then they had to give up Eastern Poland. So 212 really is what they had. And here you can see our damage is starting to pile up. And their factories are still increasing, but then we switch over to bombing their civilian factories as well. And you can see they're dropping down to 190 effective factories, dropping further down 180, and then it really starts to crumble as we are invading them, and now they are just barely at 120 factories that are still standing. About 40 military factories and a very small fraction of... Where are these factories, I wonder? So some in Poland, Eastern Germany up there. Yeah, I think we actually do have to set up some attacks here on Western Poland. That is 15 factories that I've got over here. Quite a couple of factories over here in the Alpine region. It's still... Why is that? I think we do have some strikes here over the Alpine region. Do we not? What are you targeting? Yeah, you are targeting civilian infrastructure as well. Okay, let's grab at least a couple of these bombers over here. I do think we have the Lancaster Mark II, Mark 1. Okay, you guys do get over Western Poland, please. And you too. And let's see. So you guys are stationed over there. You've got the range to cover these guys. So yeah, let's do send you up there. That's fine. These are just small aircraft over here. You know what? We're just going to drop your stuff completely so that we are saving a little bit of fuel. Let's fly you home to Britain. And you guys can also do some air superiority over here. So yeah, that way I think the Germans really should start to feel the crunch. Oh, there's a battle over here. German submarines. Right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Do let me know what you thought about our capture of Berlin. Isn't that nice? And yeah, let's see how that is going to turn the table over here. Hope to see you around next time. Bye bye.